ladies, gentlemen, and disappointments. We are coming to you live from the Woman Caves in New York and Connecticut. My name is Leslie.
And my name is Melissa.
And we are Verbally Disastrous. Hello, everyone. This is Leslie. Melissa's not here right now. I have two special guests. Their names are Kyle and House. They're from Second Shift Radio on radio.co. I will introduce House and Kyle, and then they could give their own introduction. Welcome, guys.
How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Awesome. We are going to discuss childhood memories. I figured that's a topic because the one time we were all sitting around, you guys brought out some childhood memories that were quite funny. So I figured why not have a podcast topic on it. What would you say is your first childhood memory for both of you?
I guess my first childhood memory is, Larry lived around the corner from me. House lived around the corner from me.
Okay.
And I guess my first memory is, him coming over to my house, asking my mother, is Kyle home? Can he come out and play?
How old were you?
So I would guess I was young.
I was 8, maybe 8, 9, 8.
Something like that, yeah.
So what, did you scope him out ahead?
Come out and play.
Did you scope him out ahead of time?
Well, I think he scoped me out ahead of time.
But you went over. You made the first move.
They just moved into the neighborhood.
Oh, that's how you understand. Okay, that's how. Who lived?
When she said, sure, but after we do our prayers, she opened the door and everybody had on white.
No, that's not what happened, man.
They're all sitting together, and, he had his Lord Finder Way outfit on and his orthopedic shoes. I said, you got clean those?
That is not what happened, man.
Orthopedic shoes?
Yeah,
that's not what happened, man.
Well, refresh his memory then, Kyle.
It didn't happen like that.
Over in the backyard.
See, he's making all this up.
No way.
He just came out the house and he asked, can Kyle come out and play? Can Kyle and Craig, because it was always Kyle and Craig, me and my brother. When he came around and asked, can we come out and play? So that's probably how it started.
Did you guys oblige?
Yeah.
Did you say yeah, or you go like, who the hell's that kid?
Well, it was like, I don't know what they were thinking.
I'm sure we did come out and we talked a little bit, but that's how it began. That's how it began. That's how it began with everybody in our neighborhood. We lived in a neighborhood where there was a lot of young kids, and all the young kids would come out and play. We'd play baseball, and we'd play
stickball, ball,
and stuff like that.
Basketball. Kyle had a basketball court in the backyard.
Yeah.
A basketball court? Or is it just like a spot with a hoop?
We had a hoop on the garage. A spot with a hoop. It wasn't a real court.
I'm envisioning a real court.
No, it was a
House is playing
rim on the garage.
Okay.
Basketball court on the garage.
Gotcha.
And we played on I think it was like grass, was it?
No, it was driveway.
Driveway.
Right.
Kyle, how would you describe House when you first saw him, since he gave his first impression?
He was just a kid from the neighborhood, like every other kid from the neighborhood.
Wow.
He was no different from every other kid in the neighborhood.
All right.
He was no different. I was special.
No, you weren't special, man.
With a helmet kind of special?
Again, who told you?
I think I was too young.
A guy in the short bus licking the windows.
That's the reference.
The thing was, back then, it was 9 of us in one house.
Oh, shit.
All of my brothers and sisters, it was 6 girls and 3 boys. And
wow.
Everybody gravitated around our house because there were so many people. And, for us to go around the corner, we actually snuck around the corner because we couldn't leave the block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got the new kids on the block, so it's Kyle and Craig. And we went over there and introduced ourselves, and they came outside and bring them around the corner.
No, we didn't go around the corner either because we couldn't come around the corner as well.
So we kind of met on the corner.
Ah.
Joey Bass house. This guy named Joey Bass. We really met on the corner because when we were going to the park, we had to stay on the block.
Right. And Joey Bass, I remember him because he was a mechanic. He was the same age as us, but he knew about cars a lot.
A young kid with wrenches in his pocket. Was he born with a wrench in his hand?
Probably was. He probably was.
His mother probably dated a grease monkey.
Interesting.
Joey could take apart a car, put it in his basement for winter, and then put it back together in the summertime. That's how much he knew about cars.
Very nice.
That's how much he knew about cars. Yep.
Well, one would say today that the cars today are very basic, with all the technology, but you would still think to be able to totally dismantle a car, put it in another location, and then do it again for the sake of seasons changing, that's pretty impressive for a young person as well.
He used to do it all the time.
Yep, he was brilliant.
Would you guys say, as far as, now, you guys met when you were, say, 8, your first childhood memory, what would that be for you, Kyle, and then for you, House?
Let's see, my first childhood memory. We used to play wiffle ball together. Well, not with a wiffle ball. We used to play with a regular ball, but with a wiffle bat. And that's how we used to play baseball together.
Because
that was our...
Did that hurt when it landed on you?
No, it just felt like a regular baseball. But first of all, just to clarify something, I wasn't poor.
We grew up in the hood.
No, you may have been poor. I wasn't poor, man.
I grew up poor. There's no shame in my shit.
Well, I grew up in a middle-class family.
And
My family was absolutely middle class.
Mm-hmm.
House.
And then at 5 o'clock, they did things together. My family was just too many of us. My father couldn't catch all of us at one time.
Did you have a TV in the house?
Yeah, we had a TV.
No, I'm breaking your chops because there's so many kids.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to tell you. We had like one TV specifically, and in summertime.
Yeah.
Summertime when it got hot, we would put it in the hallway, and all of us would stand in the shower just to keep cool.
Put it in the hall. Oh, the hallway was cooler?
No, the shower was.
Oh, the shower. My bad.
Yeah, we set it right outside the bathroom.
Oh, I was trying to figure out that. Okay.
That was our air conditioner.
Very interesting.
We had one TV too.
I remember having the one TV in the living room. Whenever I wanted to change the channel really fast, I put the pillow over the TV because I was convinced that when you go to flip the knob real fast, that my parents wouldn't hear it. I may have been right, I may have been wrong on that one, but that was what we did to try to move the channel fast because you felt like, oh geez, this is going to take forever to get to the channel that I want to get to.
Speaking of TV, you know what? That's what our parents couldn't hear. But speaking of TV,
yep.
You know what I remember as one of like the first TV shows I watched? I remember watching Disney on Sundays.
Sunday morning, right?
No, Sunday evening.
Oh, Sunday evening.
We would watch a Disney program, and that's what we would watch. And then at some point later in our lives, we would watch Roots.
Oh, interesting.
We would watch Roots. What's that?
That's way down the line.
What was your knee-jerk opinion when you saw Roots? What did that do to you, for you as a young person?
Here's the interesting thing.
Hate white people.
Except for Leslie.
That came on later.
Oh, he's going to dress it up.
Okay.
He's going to make him sound great.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
Graphics of things. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I remember like listening to talking about slavery as a kid. I remember watching it on TV and not thinking a big deal about it, you know. They would teach about slavery, and we would watch it, and I'd watch it with all the kids, and it was no big deal. But then when I saw Roots, it was completely different. I'm like, who are these crazy people?
You just gave me a memory of high school where I had never heard of race issues because I grew up out Oregon and everybody looks like me. And I want to say it was high school where they gave a lesson on the Ku Klux Klan. And I remember freaking out, having goosebumps, saying, like, why are they doing that? What logical reason are they doing that? They scared me. I had no understanding at the time that it wasn't intended towards me. It was intended towards you guys. I thought that was scary. And I had no idea why they were doing that. I felt confused. I remember that.
I kind of felt the same way about the whole race thing. It's like, it didn't make a difference to me. And I remember when I was a young kid, I would go to the YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one white girl that was cute, and I used to like her. But I wasn't included with the people that liked her, you know, because I was like the only black guy.
I remember it when I went to Catholic school early. And when we went to school, the kids used to go, "Hey, man, let me rub your head for luck." You know?
What do you got, a pot of gold? You got a pot of gold on top of your head, or what?
So I didn't know what it was. You know, stop touching my head, man. Let me touch your head, man. Let me get some. Let me get some shine, you know, stuff like that.
Oh my God!
And then when Roots came out, one of them would touch it. "Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not know that this was. Oh my God, I didn't know that was going on. Yeah, touch my fucking head again."
I didn't see
We can
Roots
curse,
for the
right?
record. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it's explicit, and we're verbally disastrous here. So, what can we say?
Wait,
Anything?
you said you didn't see Roots?
No, I have not, and it sounds like after we're speaking, I probably should watch it.
I remember we used to watch it like as a family. We used to sit in my mother's room when it came on. I think it was every Sunday or something. We used to watch it.
Oh, so it's a TV
Yeah,
show? It's not a movie?
It was a series.
It was a series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was one of the first series I ever remember.
yeah.
Wow, that's
Well,
the
yeah,
first thing that you remember as a child.
Yeah,
That was one of the first.
That was the very first series ever. It was Roots.
Yeah. It came on like every
month. It went on for 2 months almost, and then they extended it.
Wow.
They went from Roots. Then they went to when Kunta got older, and then he had a son, and his son, you know, Chicken George, and all kinds of names they had.
So you're saying that was on the TV in a series from, say, 1970s?
Yeah, it was 70s, 80s, but maybe late 70s.
High school was in 79.
Okay. It was one of the first series where each episode continued.
Yeah.
You know, back before that, you know, it would be a show, and then the next week would be another show where they would resolve it at the end, you know. The show would start and then resolve, and the next show would come on next week. It would start and then resolve. But this was the first one where it started, the next week it continued, the next week it continued.
3 months.
Yep. It was really, really
The
interesting.
more we watched it, the more angry people got. They would gather on the block like, "What are we gonna do tomorrow?"
Oh, wow.
I remember that.
You know, when Halloween comes around, we're gonna throw pumpkins through their fucking windows.
Well, I'm not supposed to be laughing at that, but I am. Speaking of Halloween, how'd you guys dress up for Halloween?
Well,
I've never,
No, you never dress up?
I've never really liked dressing up for Halloween. Straight through college, I just didn't like Halloween.
No.
Oh, I dressed up every year as a clown.
Nuh-uh. Did you? With the big shoes and everything? The nose?
Yep.
Did you look like Ronald McDonald?
No, Darnell McDonald.
Darnell McDonald?
His cousin. Cousin Darnell.
I loved Halloween.
I hate Halloween. It's the worst.
Why? Is it because you're scared, or because you feel like, why are all these people emulating death, so to speak?
Well, this comes back to as more of an adult. To see people walking down the street like covered in blood or with a knife or anything like that, I just never knew if they were real or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I just didn't like Halloween. I
Ah,
didn't like it in college.
gotcha.
I just nowhere did I like Halloween. When I lived in Brooklyn, I just didn't like any of it.
Because you could take your guard down and then someone could stab you for real. Is that what you were trying to...
Absolutely.
Okay.
I can't believe that because I'm sure he was loving the women in the cat suits.
Yeah,
I
right.
didn't see women in cats.
The hooer outfits with the nurses and the boobs out. Yes, I hate Halloween.
Bad woman, with the spandex on, Kyle, huh? That was the best part of Halloween?
I don't even remember that. Sorry.
Sure you don't.
He's having a blank. It's due to the trauma.
We're drinking.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, at what age did you guys start drinking? Because I'm a late bloomer on that. I wasn't until the military.
Wow. Drinking. I would say like 12.
Oh my gosh. How do you get it? 11?
I would say 10th grade. What's 10th grade in high school?
15?
I would say 15.
That's when I started. That's, I think, when I had my first drink.
How did you guys...
We used to hang out in my father's garage. Steal that liquor and drink it in the garage. And smoke their cigarettes and come outside and go all high and shit.
Did they figure out that you were in their stash?
Yeah, my mother used to wet her cigarettes and put it back in the pack. And we would take the cigarette, like not to wet the whole cigarette, she would wet the tip.
Yep.
And we would take the cigarette. If you pulled in from a wet tip, it felt like worms were coming in your mouth.
I never wanted to
stop
smoke.
I was like, what the hell is that? I stopped smoking after that.
That's funny.
And my aunt would put X-Lax in the liquor.
Oh, Auntie's a genius.
She was trying to figure out who was drinking the liquor. We don't know who was drinking liquor, so one day she put X-Lax in the liquor.
Meanwhile, I'm over here using tie wraps to keep my kids out of the liquor cabinet. Tie wrap the handles together.
Put X-Lax in there, and then the
I thought the ingredients nowadays in the X-Lax that you couldn't really... I thought they re-changed the design on the X-Lax so you couldn't really melt it down and make somebody...
citrus magnesium in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I put the citrus magnesium in the ginger ale, and then go from there.
Here's the interesting thing. When we first started drinking, we would drink malt liquor. We would drink Old English 800. We would drink Colt 45.
Yeah.
How about Mad Dog?
45.
Miller.
I didn't drink Mad Dog till college.
I never drank Mad Dog. I drank Cisco.
Cisco.
Yeah, I drank Mad Dog in college.
I don't
So
remember
we
your
would drink Old English 800. We would drink all the malt liquors. I think maybe it was because Billy D drank them on TV.
There was a commercial with him in it? Oh, interesting.
There was a commercial with Billy D. Williams, and he would drink Colt 45.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to be the cool black guy with the process hair?
Yeah, exactly.
Who would want to be him? Then he became Lando, and I was really convinced that he was a jerk off.
I have a question as far as corporal punishment. Did your parents exercise it in the house? If not, why did they feel like that wasn't the wise thing to do?
Well, I wouldn't say corporal punishment. I would say assault and battery.
I will concur. That happened in my household as well.
Because every time you have a person go pick his own beating tool, that's this,
That's like choose your own adventure. You remember the book where you used to choose your own adventure? With a spin.
Got beat.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely got beat.
I used to cry when I see the dad pull up in the driveway. Like, oh, fuck, it's happening. It's going down.
It's exactly how it was with me. It was exactly the same way. My dad would beat us with his belt. And my mom would beat us. No, my grandmother would beat us with a switch.
Ooh.
And switches outside. You go outside and you pick your branch. Mother would beat you.
Grandma used to do that to us. She's like, oh, go pick out a branch out on this one tree. We're like, yeah, what's the big deal? That ain't gonna hurt. So she starts peeling the bark off in front of us with that like sadistic look in her eyes while she's peeling it, like, oh, your ass is gonna hurt after I'm done with this shit.
No, I remember one time I went outside. I said, I'll fix her. I got the most heaviest, biggest branch. So I know she couldn't swing it. I was just smile at her. I said, hey, here you go. So okay. And when I woke up like 2 days later, I realized that wasn't the right move.
You didn't have the foresight to put textbooks in your backside there?
Right. We had to take off our pants.
Oh!
Totally naked. They was hip to that shit.
There was no books in the pants. We had to strip down.
That's right. Because remember, they did it when they were younger. They did the book thing. So
Yeah.
they didn't want their kids to do. We remember they always say, "I did things before you even thought about it."
You know what my father told me?
What?
My father told me that his grandmother used to call the neighbors and say, "Come on over, I'm beating the kid." Right over.
Come on, come on.
Come over and join in. Yeah.
They invite the neighbors over to watch him beat him.
Oh, like an exhibition.
Anything that he did to us was nothing compared to what his parents did to him.
Exactly.
So one would say House got the worst beating? I felt like I saw death sometimes when I was getting the beating. And he used to say it's going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. I'm like, bullshit.
Every parent said that. I know my parents said that.
You know, after it was all said and done, I said, I hope you're hurting just as much as me, but I don't see the whelps that I have. You gotta get another beat.
The proof is in the pudding.
What used to confuse me about my parents was like, they would say stuff like, I'm going to knock you in the next week.
Oh, I've heard that, yes.
I would say, I got a test tomorrow. So I would say some crazy shit, and you know what? I ended up taking the test, and it didn't work. Everything I did just didn't work.
The best plans, right? Did you ever sneak into abandoned buildings? I know we used to go climb trees and go climb on top of stuff and do the old jump off into the trees, and we did find a little abandoned space and we tried to pretend like play house or whatever.
Okay, where did you grow up again?
What's that?
Where did you grow up again?
Out in Oregon.
Yeah, right. See, our abandoned buildings had needles.
The trees had the trees had needles.
Yeah, they had needles in our buildings. We would play doctor.
I remember playing doctor.
Don't touch those needles. What are you doing? Junkies being there. Oh, what a junkie, Mom. You know that guy standing on the corner nodding and he doesn't never fall? That's a junkie.
Oh.
See, we used to sneak into buildings, but we used to sneak into buildings to play Run, Catch, and Kiss.
Catch and Kiss?
Remember the Run, Catch, and Kiss? Remember the building on Francis Lewis?
Yeah, Flamboyant.
Flamboyant?
Yeah, we used to go in there. That was the name of the building.
The Flamboyant. It was the name of the building. It lived right next door to my ex-wife's house.
The Flamboyant, is that like a gay bar?
No, that was a Haitian bar. Flamboyant meant the flares that they wore. They wore bell bottoms.
Okay.
I guess that was the Flamboyant bar. When we got older, the gay bars turned into like the Ram Rock Club, the High Shoe.
The High Shoe.
Pillow, you know.
The Pillow?
Yeah, we never went. Yeah, the Pillow. We never went to those.
Yeah, well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We went to one club though. We DJ'd that called Stingy Lulu. That's another story.
Oh yeah, that's as we became adults. We DJ'd at a place on the lower east side. It was called Stingy Lulu's, and we got a job DJing in there.
Very cool.
And the first party that we did was for a gay club, a gay party.
A drag queen.
I remember it was drag queens. I remember the DJ. I mean the bartender he wore a crop shirt. But we had fun.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, we bring my son-in-law, who became my son-in-law there, and he was like, he stood next to us the whole time, like, these guys are staring at me, man. I said, no one's staring at you. I said, no one's staring at you. Maybe you're staring at them.
Maybe.
I said, look, go to the car and put my skates on and just skate around town.
Everything he's saying right now, from the beginning of the very first time he said anything pertaining to gay clubs, he's just making it sound gay. Oh, that didn't happen to our adult time.
It was true, man.
What didn't happen to our adult time? That we came out? I didn't ever come out.
I didn't say we came out. I'm saying that the club was really gay.
You're making the people think that we came out in our adult time. That's not the case.
No.
We didn't come out. We just DJ'd at a gay club.
I'm just saying we didn't come out. Are you ready?
I'm not saying we didn't come out. Well, we did come out. What I'm saying is we played at a gay club, man. I remember we used to come home, and Julio used to say, "You guys DJ at a gay bar?" And we used to tell him, "There's no such thing as a gay bar. There's only gay people."
And another friend of ours called us the HMO DJs.
HMO.
We went through a lot in our lifetime, Les.
The minute either one of you comes out of the closet, I will be joining you for that pretty fucking cool after party. Because there's a lot of shenanigans that goes on. It's a whole hell of a lot of fun.
all I gotta say is that I didn't come out the closet. I'm not intending to come out the closet, but I would do a gay party again.
Hell yeah! This is a ton of fun.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm not going to intend to come out the closet. I'm never coming out of the closet because I don't have to come out the closet. I never got in the closet.
You'd have to get in it in order to get out of it, right?
I would absolutely do another gay party with Kyle.
Hell yeah. So if there's anybody listening, for the record, you guys play, you spin house, you spin R&B, old school. Let anybody know, because if somebody wants to book you guys, I get a commission because you got booked through someone listening to the podcast.
We help everyone out, man. We support.
Hell yeah.
Business, man. We support every business. You came on our show, you supported us.
Yep.
You had a hell of a time on there. It was great just meeting you and knowing about you and a bunch of men in construction.
Hell yeah. I had fun coming on. You almost forget, oh shit, we're on the air.
I think after the fourth drink. I'm not going to say anything. I shouldn't even put that out there.
I introduced you guys to peanut butter whiskey.
Absolutely.
Didn't you guys say that was...
I don't remember that.
What, screwball?
They drank it here at my house.
Didn't you fall...
Peanut butter whiskey?
Didn't you take a nap on the toilet, like, later on that night, allegedly?
I probably did. Must have been the peanut butter whiskey.
we thought he lost him that night.
Yeah, we...
Tapping on the door. We were like...
Yeah. Kyle.
You alright? Okay, he's good.
I don't know what happened. I dozed.
Stick your arm out and see if you got a pulse.
I just was going to ask if you guys ever did family events with the entire family between your two families, or you guys just did, when you would do outings or any kind of adventures, you just do it with your family.
That's an interesting question because I've never done anything. Well, I've come to your house and I've had food, but that was it. I don't think you've ever been to my house.
You been to her house, Kyle?
Yeah, because Crystal used to make food. I used to come over there and eat.
Oh, my house. I thought you were Leslie's house. I came to your house. Remember that time we had that cookout? And
once, yeah, we did. Yes, once we had a cookout in my backyard. That was just me and my brother. It wasn't involving my mother and my family and everything.
Well, she was there.
She might have been there, but she wasn't really part of it. You did get very drunk, and I think you fell asleep on the corner. I said, okay, guys, I'll see you later. I made it straight to the corner, and I fell asleep right there on the curb.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Your wife had to come get you. I remember that.
Yeah.
But this was later on when you guys were adults. You guys didn't have like little events that you did like when you were kids, like go to each other's house.
Well, I was a DJ, and I used to have house parties. I used to have the best house parties in Queens.
Ah, so Kyle didn't need you to go to his house. It was much more fun to go to your house.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then we did hooky parties. We had hooky parties. We did a lot of stuff that middle class children, I put quotation marks up, middle class children shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
Well, you were middle class, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay.
My family came from the Bronx. My family came from the Bronx, and our house felt like the projects.
My family came from Brooklyn, and my family felt very middle class.
They were so happy to be from the Stone Age.
This wraps up episode 17, part A, favorite childhood memories with both House and Kyle. Head back in and check out episode 18 and catch part B to finish the rest of the story. This wraps up another episode on the Verbally Disastrous podcast that can be found on Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. For more information, head over to www.constructiontales.com. Thank you for listening, and have a great one.